Back to Comerica Park. It'll be the Tigers and the Kansas City Royals in Game 2 in this 4-game series. The starting lineup for the Royals tonight is presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Gerard Dyson will lead an off-field play in center field, followed by Alcides Escobar. Alex Gordon in left, Billy Butler the DH. Salvador Perez will do the catching. Mike Moustakas at third. A bottom three featuring Francoeur, Hosmer, and Giavotella. And Anibal Sanchez tonight is presented by Soaring Eagle Casino.
He's making his 11th start as a Detroit Tiger. He has lost more than he has won. The ERA is a shade over 4.5. But one thing we have seen with Sanchez this year, we have seen some games where he's gone out there with a good fastball in the mid-90s, and his secondary pitches very, very complimentary. Take a look at Garcia, and he is in right field, his 9th start. Jim Leland said he'll get most of the starts against left-handers the remainder of the way. The infield's intact once again. And Gerald Laird is getting the start here tonight in place of Alex Avila, at least at the start of this contest.
Well, the Tigers taking on a lefty in Bruce Chen. That means Garcia is in the lineup. He's out there in right field for the Tigers. The rookie getting another start here in the heart of a pennant race as we start this one tonight. First pitch of the ball game is in for a strike on Gerard Dyson. Dyson, Escobar, and Gordon. A little bit warmer here this evening than it was last night. 68 at game time. Wave and a miss, and the count goes 0-2.
It's an absolute must to keep Dyson off the base paths, and when he usually gets a single, it turns into a double. He has outstanding speed.
Dyson was 1 out of 4 last night. He also stole a base. And he sends a chopper to the third base side. Cabrera quickly gets rid of it. It's in the dirt, and a nice pick by the Prince. 1 out.
That's one of the things that Dyson will make you do in the infield. He'll make you make plays the way that you don't normally make them. Cabrera had to rush. He did not get his body turned in time to get on top of that throw, so he threw it in the dirt. But he got some help from Prince Fielder on the other side of the diamond.
So they keep Dyson off the base paths. It'll bring up Alcides Escobar. Tigers won the opening game last night by a score of 6-2 behind Justin Verlander. And Sanchez missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Escobar was 1 out of 4. Had a double in the ball game last night. And he waves and misses. 1-1. 293 batter is Escobar. He's hit 4 home runs and knocked in 50 this year. Solid offensive season. The 1-1 pitch. Floats in for a strike. 1-2.
Nice bender there from Sanchez at 77 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone.
That's grounded foul right at Eddie Rodriguez with a one-handed pick. 1-2 the count stays.
Eddie Rodriguez was the first base coach on that 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks championship team. He was the first one to greet Luis Gonzalez after Gonzalez singled off of Mariano Rivera.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And it's lifted in the air. Shallow center field. Jackson. He'll get there for the out. 2 gone. Well, the Subway's sub prize on the line tonight is first place in the American League Central Division. Chicago a loser today by a run at home against Cleveland. 4-3. The final score in that game. And the Tigers find themselves a half game back.
This is what it's all about this time of year. And Jim Leland said as much. When September rolls around, you just want to be in the hunt. You want your team to play some meaningful games in September.
Alex Gordon looks at strike 1 on the outer edge. And that's exactly what the Tigers are doing this year. It has been by many accounts a disappointing season for the Tigers, yet the playoffs still a very real possibility. Gordon last night was 1 for 4. He homered the opposite way against Verlander. And the 1-1. Slice toward the shortstop. Peralta will backhand it. Gordon is out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Anibal Sanchez. more home runs in this game tonight. Bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get a free small order of curly fries. Austin Jackson at the top of the Tigers lineup again here tonight. It's presented by Big Boy, Jackson, and Fonte Cabrera in your top 3 spots. Prince batting cleanup. Delman Young, the DH. Andy Dirks out in left field. You've got Peralta, Garcia, and Gerald Laird as your bottom 3. The starting pitcher tonight for KC is Bruce Chen, presented by Fox Toyota of Rochester Hills.
Well, the Tigers, they've seen enough with Chen to know that he's not going to overpower them with fastballs, but he will give them an assortment of different breaking balls. He will drop down to certain angles with that breaking ball and try to keep the Tigers hitters off balance all night long.
And it'll be Austin Jackson to start things off. First pitch from Chen is a strike 0-1. Jackson in last night's game 3 out of 4, bumping his average up to .303 now. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Kansas City, one of those clubs when Austin Jackson sees them coming, he does his best work. Real good numbers against Kansas City.
Here's the 0-2. That's just foul outside the bag at first base.
And Bruce is one of those guys you want to get early. Gives up a .307 batting average first time through and gets better second and third time through the batting orders.
Bouncing in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson 15 homers, 64 RBIs. He's had 8 hits on this final homestand of the regular season here in 2012. Now the 1-2. Missed it up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chen ready with the 2-2 offering. And he fouls it off. Jackson has 97 runs scored this year, 3 shy of that 100 mark. He's already reached that plateau in his career. That was his rookie season 2 years ago, and that's one of the levels that most leadoff hitters like to reach, 100 runs scored. But he's got some guys behind him that certainly can drive him in. And that's lifted foul, back out of play. 2-2 the count stays on the Tigers leadoff man.
Turning into a really good at bat for Austin Jackson. He's already seen 7 pitches from Chen. And he's seen several fastballs, different breaking balls at different speeds. And giving Omar Infante a real good look at what Mr. Chen is featuring this evening.
Ground ball back up the middle into center. And the good at bat ends with a base hit.
Tim Hortons will sponsor the defensive alignment of the Kansas City Royals this evening, and they're going to win quite a few gold gloves before it's all said and done. You see the assist from Fancourt in right field. He has 19 of those, but before it's all said and done, guys like Moustakas and Escobar and Hosmer and their very young, talented Salvador Perez, their catcher, will win some gold gloves. They're that good.
Here is Omar Infante now with 1 on. Infante last night 1 for 3. And Chen misses inside 1-0. Omar 7 hits on this homestand. Really haven't had a whole lot of success against Chen over the years. Just 1 for 9. And a strike called up with the right hand goes Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire tonight.
And what Omar should be trying to accomplish here is hit something right past the first baseman Hosmer in this situation, especially against a guy like Chen. He's not going to overpower you. Omar, for the most part, is a pull hitter, but in this situation, stay back long enough to hit something in that hole.
Chen goes 6'2", 216-pounder out of Panama City, Panama. Making his team high 33rd start of the year in this ball game tonight. Lifted in the air to center. Dyson is on the run, still coming, gonna drop, base hit. Jackson will pull into second, and back-to-back singles start this one tonight for Detroit. It's gonna bring on Miguel Cabrera, who will bat now with 2 on, nobody out. And how about these numbers against the lefty Chen? 3 homers and a .423 average. Triple Crown and MVP possibility.
Speaking of home runs, Miguel has 42 of those this year, but he has not homered this season against Kansas City Royals pitching.
Really? That's somewhat unusual with all the games we played against KC, a divisional opponent.
Right.
Well, maybe right here. Nobody out, 2 on. And Chen misses inside. Miguel right now has a 14-game hitting streak. Had 1 hit in last night's ball game. And it's driven in the air to left field. It's hit well. Gordon going back to the track to make the catch. Runners will tag but hold. 1 gone.
Cabrera did not hit this one on the sweet part of the bat, obviously, because when he does, it travels out of the yard. That's a ball that kind of gets in on him, and it gets right off the label instead of the head of the bat, and therefore Chen able to keep him in the ballpark.
Gave the crowd a thrill, but not deep enough. 1 out now for Prince Fielder. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Prince. Big night last night for Fielder. He's up to 309 now. He homered in the ball game, scored twice, and finished with a couple of hits.
Just another day at the office for the Prince.
And he drives this one to right center field. Going to drop. Base hit. Dyson will come over to play it on 1 hop. Jackson will come around to score. And Fielder gets it done again. It's an RBI single. Jackson scores his 98th run.
That's what serious run producers do. You tell yourself, I'm going to make him jam me. And he does jam Prince a little bit there. He didn't hit that ball as hard as he normally does. He fights it off in the center field. Great base running by Infante. He saw that ball was going to drop, therefore gets himself over to third with just 1 out here in the first inning.
104 RBIs for Prince Fielder. And the Tigers are not done yet. Here comes Delman Young with runners at first and third. And Delman looks at strike 1.
If you tuned in a little bit late, we informed you that you want to get Chen early. The first time through the batting order, 307 hitters hit against Bruce Chen.
They have done just that. And Delman sprays that one foul down the right field line, 0-2. You just saw the numbers we put up there for Delman against Chen. 8 for 18, a .444 average. He has homered as well.
Delman really needs to fight here with 2 strikes to make something. Sure, he gets something up in the zone. Keep it off the ground.
That'll work. A soft liner to right, base hit, score another run. Infante comes around to score. 2-0 Tigers.
Some really good at-bats already in this inning for Tigers hitters. Jackson saw 8 pitches before singling sharply up the middle. Prince Fielder fought one off in center field as well to drive in run. And then with 2 strikes, Delman Young just kind of puts the bat on the ball, and every now and then you get rewarded when you do that.
73 driven in for Delman. Dave Island, the pitching coach, out to have a chat now with Bruce Chen, who's been roughed up early in this one.
And Tigers coming out in the game today knowing that first place is on the line. With a win here, they could tie the Chicago White Sox for the lead in the American League Central.
As they chat on the mound, we remind you this game is available in high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
And Miguel down there holding court already.
And Tigers out to a 2-0 lead. Here's Andy Dirks. Still only 1 out. Chen missing outside, 1-0.
Good arms in their outfield. And with Gordon in left and Francoeur in right. They throw out a lot of base runners. Gene Lamont already knows that, which means he'll have to make a decision on whether to send Prince Fielder home or not on a base hit directly at one of those two gentlemen.
Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
If you're the base runners as well, you always have to be aware of Salvador Perez too. He's got a great arm behind the plate, and since he's come off the disabled list, he's picked off quite a few base runners.
Fielder and Young on the bases right now, and a bender that missed inside. 2-1 the count on Dirks. Handy at 317. He's had 9 hits on the homestand. Chen already has thrown 21 pitches in this inning. He's retired just 1 batter, and oddly enough, it's Cabrera. It's a foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jim Leland talking about Dirks before the ball game today, and again described him as best way to do it, a baseball player. Not sure if he will be an everyday player in the major leagues. That's certainly possible. He still has to show that he can hold up to the daily grind of 162 games. Missed it high, 3-2. Waiting on deck, Johnny Peralta. Good start for the ball club tonight. 2 runs on 4 hits. And he popped him up. Third base side, and this one will get back on top of the dugout roof.
Here's a sample of what Andy Dirks did in last night's game. He singled. He also had a sacrifice fly in the game, and this one the game was kind of tight. Really good at bat there to center field off the start of Hochevar. Then he singled later in the 8th inning, driving in Prince Fielder.
And he got him, strike 3. Chen threading the needle. Dirks didn't quite agree with the call, but there are 2 gone.
And Bruce Chen dropped down to one of those sidearm angles and threw the ball in the outside corner. And Andy Dirks took strike 3. May have been a little bit outside.
So with 2 outs, here comes Peralta, the 7th man to bat in the inning for Detroit. Johnny 1 out of 4 in last night's ball game. He's knocked in 60 this year. And he looks at ball 1 outside. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Johnny not a whole lot of success in his career against Chen, just 3 for 23 against the KC lefty. Here's the 2-0. Make it 2-1. Chen has been around a while. In fact, he's played for 10 different big league teams. He's been with the Royals now for the last 3+ years.
He's been their most consistent starter since he's put on their uniform. They continue to search for depth in their rotation, but Chen, he's kind of upheld his end of the bargain.
High fly ball left field. Will stay in the park. Gordon coming over. And that is that for Detroit. But a good start for the Tigers. They score a pair. strength and stability since 1849. Chrysler, imported from Detroit. And by Kraft, makes something amazing. Nice night for baseball here in downtown Detroit, and the Tigers off to a nice lead. 2-0 is our score. We're on our way to the second, and back to the hill goes Anibal Sanchez. He delivers a strike to sweet swinging Billy Butler. He's followed by Salvador Perez and then Mike Moustakas.
It's been a career season for Billy Butler as far as the home runs and RBIs are concerned. Also made his first All-Star team this year.
Butler takes a strike, and now quickly Sanchez ahead 0-2. There's a bouncer back towards second. Easy play there for Infante. And Butler is retired. Billy, one of those guys, is not afraid of Justin Verlander. Had 3 hits against JV last night, but they get him in his first at bat here tonight. Sanchez now will face Salvador Perez. 1 for 4 last evening. And a strike called. .299 average for Salvador Perez. 11 home runs. Sends a ground ball to short on the backhand there. Peralta has it. And Perez is out. A couple of quick ground balls. 5 up, 5 down against Sanchez. And now Mike Moustakas. Did not have a hit last night. Moustakas batting .244, but the power number is pretty good. 20 home runs. Has knocked in 71 this year, and he has played some really good third base this season.
He has probably played better than anybody at that position in the American League, but you wouldn't know it.
Now the numbers indicate you're right. Fielding percentage, turning double plays, or starting double plays at least. 0-2. All we heard about Moustakas when he was coming up was about his bat, but a .975 fielding percentage this year, which is the best among third basemen in the American League. Here's the 0-2. Missed it outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Moustakas was an outstanding shortstop in high schools, which made the transition to the right over to third base relatively easy for him with his agility and his quick feet.
None of that helped him there. A swing and a miss. 1-2-3 inning for Anibal Sanchez. invitation as part of the Play Baseball Detroit initiative. All of us here at Fox Sports Detroit and the Tigers, among others. There's our general manager, Greg Hamron, on hand for that here earlier tonight. They collected gently used baseball and softball equipment, and it went to help the Christian Youth Fellowship Association of Saginaw. Rod, what a great way for the Tigers to give back, and for Fox Sports Detroit as well.
Absolutely. Great cause.
Gloves for kids. So kids around Metro Detroit can play the great game of baseball. Avisail Garcia will lead things off. He'll be followed by Gerald Laird and then Austin Jackson. 2-0. Tigers have the lead against Bruce Chen, and there's a base hit over the head of Johnny Giavotella, and Garcia has a leadoff single.
That's just about all he's gotten since coming to the big leagues. That is now his 14th hit, and all of those are singles. And a really good approach here by Garcia. Every single Tiger that has gone to the dish has really concentrated on hitting the ball right back up the middle or the other way against Bruce Chen, because he's not going to overpower you with a lot of fastballs inside.
So the Tigers have their 5th hit already in this game, and now Gerald Laird will stand in. 6 out of 9 this year against Royals pitching. And Gerald looks at strike one. 2 runs, 5 hits for Detroit, and for the Royals, no runs, no hits. Avila, the night off tonight with the lefty Chen on the hill for KC. Line drive to left, base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Tigers.
Bruce not fooling anybody so far here tonight.
Entering the game tonight, 307 opponent's batting average. First time through the lineup. And the Tigers, well,
twice that.
They've been right on cue here.
And well, you wonder if Jim Leland will get greedy here in the second inning by putting the sacrifice bunt on with Austin Jackson getting runners in the scoring position. Well, that'll get at least Miguel Cabrera to the plate or Prince Fielder.
Jackson started the first inning with a base hit, came around to score a run on the single by Prince Fielder.
Royals not necessarily looking for the bunt on the infield.
Is bunted toward third, foul. No balls, 1 strike on Jackson. 6 Tigers hits now, and so far all of them singled.
Garcia needs to be very careful here out at second base. If Jackson happens to be bunting through one, if he's bunting again, that's when catchers like to throw behind the base runners, and we told you that. And Perez likes to throw. He picked off a lot this year already.
Swing and a miss, and now the count is 0-2.
A nice little changeup piece here by Bruce Chen at about 78 miles an hour.
Chen came in with some elevated numbers. Career against Detroit, an ERA of about 5.5. And he's on his way there again tonight. Just off the plate. Chen wanted it, did not get it. 1-2. Chen is finishing up the first year of a 2-year deal he signed this past offseason. He's given them a lot of innings. He's given them double-digit wins again. And the 1-2. Lifted down the right field line, foul. But as a Royal here at Comerica Park, he has a 7+ ERA compared to Kauffman Stadium. He's been much better against the Tigers, 3-1, an ERA of a little bit over 4. And the 1-2. Good block by Perez. Maybe not. He can't fight it. Both runners move up. He was able to smother it for the most part. Couldn't locate it.
And a good heads-up base running there by Avisail. who did not take off initially, but when he saw that Perez was having a difficult time of locating the baseball, he was able to get himself over to third, and then Gerald able to get down to second.
So now the Tigers have runners at second and third, and the 2-2 coming home. Just off the plate again. Well, Jackson has taken a couple of really close pitches with 2 strikes.
Jackson's had a couple of outstanding at-bats already today against Chen. He has seen several pitches.
And there's one in the dirt, ball 4. That's going to load him up now with nobody out. It's not going to get a whole lot easier. After Infante, you've got Cabrera than Fielder. Chen has already thrown 40, and he does not have an out in the second. Omar lofts one in the air. Shallow left center field. Dyson charging, and the runners will have to hold. So Infante can't get it done. One gone. But here comes Cabrera.
.415 in his career with the bases loaded, and he has hit the only grand slam this season the Tigers have.
Triple split.
Might as well drive them all in.
Garcia, Laird, Jackson. And a strike called on Cabrera. Miguel has knocked in at least 20 runs in every single month this season. That's how consistent of a hitter he has been from day one. And he shoots that one foul down the right field line. 0-2 the count.
Miguel was the player of the month in the month of August, and barring a monumental collapse here the last 8 games of the year, he will probably win player of the month again in the American League.
Chen slings one high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cabrera needs 5 more hits to reach the 200 plateau. He has never done that in his career.
When it's all said and done, this season that Miguel Cabrera is having is going to go down as one of the best in the history of the game.
Here's the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Miguel Cabrera.
When you add up everything that he has done, career homers, ribbies, close to late, the percentage of runs he's accounted for his club down the stretch, .350 batting average the last 2 months.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ooh, what a huge out for Chen. 2 gone.
That it was. He's not out of the woods yet, though. Take a look at how he went up against Miguel. First pitch, curveball. Came back with a changeup. And he was able to finish him off with a fastball in the zone that he kind of threw right by Miggy.
So now Fielder with the bases full. 2 outs. Still 2-0. Prince had a single to drive in a run in the first. .295 career with the bases loaded. 1 slam in his back pocket. Way outside.
It's starting to look like he's going to hit 300 for the first time in his major league career.
He is zeroing in on it. 310 right now. And Fielder has come close a couple of times. 299.
It really didn't take him long to acquit himself to Comerica Park. Big baseball park. He has used the entire diamond.
Now he's forcing Chen to challenge him because the count is 2-0. With no room on the bases. Garcia started this inning with a base hit. Laird, he singled. Jackson walked. That's in there, 2-1. Fielder now 3 for 8 career against Chen, and one of those hits is a home run. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there, a strike. 2-2 on Fielder. Chen has worked himself back into the count. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Boy, Bruce Chen strikes out Cabrera and Fielder with the bases loaded. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. By Arby's. Try Arby's new hot turkey roasters. It's the greatest thing since sliced roast beef. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back here at the ballpark at Comerica Park. Another good gathering here in downtown Detroit tonight, enjoying a 2-0 lead, although the Tigers had a primo opportunity to extend that advantage. Jeff Francoeur leads it off. Francoeur, Hosmer, and Giavotella in the KC third. The 0-1 from Sanchez, low and away. 6 up, 6 down so far against Anibal. He has 1 strikeout. And the 1-1. Ground ball to short. Routine there for Peralta. 1 gone, and while we have a chance, to the studio we go for a game break. Mickey York. Well, we're doing our best. Right now it's 2-0 Detroit. There's your half-game spread between the top 2 teams in the Central. Eric Hosmer stands in. Hitless in last night's ball game. Here's the 0-1. Hosmer shoots that one foul. Sanchez now 7 of 8 in first pitch strikes so far in this game. One ball, 2 strikes on Eric Hosmer.
Good pitch right there. 94-mile-per-hour fastball, knocking Hosmer off the plate. Going right back in there with another one.
Bouncer right back off the bare hand of Sanchez. He'll stay with it. His throw handcuffed the Prince, but he held on. Prince is laughing about it, but I heard a big whoa.
Sanchez was really nonchalant after he went after this ball after it hit his glove and it fell right in front of him. And then he looked up to see where Hosmer was, who was running very hard down the line. And then he really had to throw a seed over to first base, and Prince Fielder barely caught it. And pitchers, boy, they just, pitching coaches, I should say, they cringe when they see pitchers use their hand to slow down ground balls.
Here's Giavotella. Strike one to the Royals second baseman. Giavotella 236 at the big league level. Was 1 for 3 last night in the opener. Breaking ball, good one. And it's 0-2.
Get's one of those kids that's done all he's needed to do down in the minor leagues last couple of years in AAA. He's had some really good seasons. Has yet to really put it together in the big leagues. Giavotella, I should say. I said Chris Getz.
Bouncing ball right side. Prince ranging way right. Sanchez covers for the out. 3-1 in your scorebook. We go to the bottom of the third. Couple of their big hitters coming through, right?
Prince Fielder drives in Jackson, and then you've got Delman Young in an 0-2 pitch going down to the bottom of the zone outside and hitting something to right field to plate Infante. So the table setters got on, and the big boys drove them in.
Now it'll be Young to start things off here in the bottom of the third. 2-0 in favor of Detroit. They've out-hit the Royals tonight 6-0. In fact, Hannibal Sanchez has thrown just 30 pitches through 3 innings. Big swing there by Delman. 0-1. Young and then Dirks and then Peralta. Bruce Chen was able to wiggle out of a massive jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. Got a fly ball from Infante, struck out Cabrera and Fielder. Here's the 1-1 to Delman Young. Ball high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 2 on Young. Andy Dirks waiting on deck. Bruce Chen now has gone 3 straight years of double-digit wins. I mentioned the Royals are his 10th big league team. Well traveled, Bruce Chen. Fouled back out of play. And right now at the age of 35, still giving his team a ton of innings. He won't get to 200 this year, but he'll still be in the 190 range. And among Panamanian-born pitchers, only Mariano Rivera has more career wins. Lifted down the left field line, hooking rather, and that'll go foul. 2-2 the count stays. Chen just passing former Tiger Juan Berenguer on the list to move into second all time for pitchers born in Panama. Young, one of 4 Tigers hits off Chen in the first inning. In fact, all of the Tigers hits tonight, 6 of them have been singles. There's another one. Ace hit to left. And Delman is 2 for 2. Leadoff man out for the 3rd straight inning.
Don't forget, you can join us again tomorrow when the Tigers take on the Kansas City Royals. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Tigers Live on Fox Sports Detroit. That's Tigers baseball tomorrow at 6:30 right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
4-game series here against KC. Then it's on the road for the final road trip of the regular season.
Man, Bruce Chen, boy, the Tigers have had him in that stretch all night long.
Andy Dirk struck out looking his first time up. Sends a ground ball to second. This has double play written all over it. 4-6-3 as Delman slid well in front of the bag, just trying to get out of the way. 2 gone. He's going to bring up Johnny Peralta. Chen needed that because his pitch count is really starting to elevate now. He's at 60. Johnny 0 for 1, fly ball. That closed out the first inning, stranded 2. Ball 1 inside. Lifted in the air, foul though. That'll head back out of play. Hosmer will run out of real estate, back into the seats. 1-2 on Peralta. .63 now thrown by Chen. Critical game for the Tigers. They've had a couple of opportunities to move into a first place tie. They'd like to take advantage of their chance tonight. Earlier today, the White Sox lost to Cleveland. They were losing 4-2 in the 9th inning. I think Konerko hit a home run to make it 4-3. They had 2 guys on before Beckham grounded out. Ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the White Sox have lost 6 of their last 7.
Struggling down the stretch. Their offense has gone stone cold.
Ball high, 3-2.
And they really should have lost their game last night if not for Adam Dunn, who homered twice in the game last night for the White Sox.
Well, if you have a 2-run lead late, which is what Cleveland did, and you've got Pistano out there and you've got Perez out there, you figure it's a pretty good bet, but the Dunn homers did him in.
Yeah, Pistano served it up last night.
Tampa Bay, that Tampa series is going to be interesting because that'll be a big test for Chicago with the pitching they have, and they will face Price in that series. Grounded foul. 3-2 the count stays on Johnny Peralta. And another foul back out of play. So a couple of these Tigers have really done a good job in making Chen work.
Austin Jackson would be one of those. Austin has had 2 at-bats today, and he's seen a total of 15 pitches in those 2 plate appearances.
Popped him up. Looks like they'll finally get him. The first baseman Hosmer to the grass. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, nobody left. 3 in the books. Player to win the National League Triple Crown. Last player to do it in the National League. We know that the last American League player to do it, Carl Yastrzemski, back in 1967. Cabrera trying to do it this year. Who was the last NLer to do it? 4th inning on tap here. Bunted by Dyson. Foul back of the screen, 0-1. Dyson, Escobar, and Gordon facing Animal Sanchez. 9 up, 9 down against the Tigers right-hander, and he has recorded 1 strikeout. A lot of ground balls tonight. The 0-1. Strike call. He continues to get ahead. A lot of first pitch strikes tonight.
A lot of strikes, period. 32 total pitches. He's only missed the strike zone with 5 of those.
9 of 10 first pitch strikes. And a ball outside, 1-2. Yeah, that ratio is pretty lopsided in a good way. Swing and a miss. Dyson's out of there, 1 gone.
Outstanding breaking ball here by Sanchez, which darted down and into Dyson. Unhittable pitch. And you talked about the fact that he's 9 of 10 in first pitch strikes. When you do that, you can expand the strike zone and make some good pitches. And you can get some guys that normally do a pretty good job at getting singles to hit some harmless ground balls, which he's had done. And he's also gotten himself a couple strikeouts.
Strike 1 again.
He is on point.
This time on Alcides Escobar.
Tonight.
10 of 11 first pitch strikes. And the 0-1. There's a strike call, 0-2. Another Royals hitter finds himself in the hole.
And a little bit of a protest there by Escobar, who did not agree with that call by Corey Blazer, who is the home plate umpire here today. And G Money doing a really nice job of handling Sanchez here once again tonight.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Escobar is out of there.
And when the Tigers realized they were going to need another catcher in the offseason, to help out Alex Avila, who caught a lot last year. It didn't take them very long to settle on Gerald Laird, who pretty much knew the pitching staff from the first time he spent some time in a Tigers uniform.
Certainly shortened the learning curve quite a bit. Here's Gordon. Another first pitch strike.
This boy's dealing.
Gordon bounced out back in the first inning. "11 straight retired by Sanchez to start this ball game. Tigers have a 2-0 lead. They picked up 2 in the first inning. Breaking ball missed outside. 2-1. Look at that ratio, and he's thrown only 40 so far in this game. Gordon shoots one the other way, and it's going to find a seam and roll slowly into left field. Their first hit of the game is a 2-out single by Alex Gordon. So Sanchez starts this game by retiring 11 straight.
It's a changeup. Hit right off the end of the bat. Cued into left field.
We'll bring up Billy Butler. And he drives one to left more solidly. That's a single to put 2 aboard.
Well, the Kansas City Royals, they know exactly what we've been pointing out, and that's the fact that Sanchez has gotten ahead of just about every hitter, and Billy Butler that time was looking for that first pitch strike, and he clobbered it to left. Sanchez is working on one of those ratios as far as the balls and strikes are concerned, like Verlander had last night. Verlander threw 114 pitches. 78% of those were strikes.
Another first pitch strike, 0-1.
That is simply unheard of for a guy whose fastball can get up to 100 miles an hour to have that kind of command.
And it did last night. He did touch 100. A little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Perez.
You give this guy a full season, his numbers, they project out real nice, don't they? 11 homers.
Well, he's hovered around 300. Hit over 300 last year in his big league debut. There's a caught line drive by Cabrera. Snow cone, it doesn't matter.
I see you, Mickey.
That thing was headed down the left field line. Cabrera stretched as high as he could. Get up. Nice play. This a 2-0 lead for the Tigers.
Went straight up from that third base position and just did catch it.
That ball, I think, Rod, was hit hard enough that it probably would have gone to the corner and to the wall.
I agree.
Which might have gotten him 2 runs in. Don't know if Butler would have been able to score, but at least one. Sanchez says thank you very much. So Cabby doing it with the glove. Abisail Garcia will lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 in favor of Detroit. Bruce Chen delivers a strike, 0-1. So Garcia now is batting .400 since being recalled from the minor leagues at the end of August. Foul that one into the glove, and the count goes 0-2. Tigers minor league player of the year.
Started the season in A-ball in Lakeland, Florida, and all the way to the movies.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he got him. Strike 3. Chen carved him up.
Hey fans, this January play baseball with Tigers legends at Fantasy Camp in Lakeland, Florida. This year's camp features the 45th reunion of the 1968 World Series champions. Call 313-471-2550 or visit tigers.com.
Here is Gerald Laird. Strike 1 to the outer edge.
That means you'll see Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline, he'll be there. Willie Horton, Mickey Lolich.
Another strike as Chen gets ahead now, 0-2.
Jim Price will be there too.
All the big timers. And the 0-2 pitch. A little squibber hit to the right side of the infield. Chen's going to have to cover. Shovel toss. Save for first base. Gerald beat it out. Infield hit.
Chen did everything correctly here with the exception of continuing to run full speed to first base and allow Hosmer, the first baseman, to lead him to the bag. He knows he can't get to it, so he simply goes to the bag, and then Hosmer, he shuffles it to him, but Chen starting to slow down, not able to get there ahead of G-Money.
Call might have been that he missed the bag. Ned Yost is over there to argue it. Let's see if this is any more clear. Hard to tell. That looked like he might have missed it, and that's exactly what Chris Guccione said.
As good a first baseman as Hosmer is and his ability to throw and shuffle underneath, all Chen had to do was continue to run aggressively toward that bag, and they would have gotten that out.
Tigers have their 8th hit in this game now, all singles.
Gerald's done major work this year against Kansas City Royals pitching.
Jackson a single and a walk, and a ball inside.
Jackson's had a couple of quality at-bats in the game, a single and a walk. He has seen a total of 16 pitches in his 3 plate appearances so far this evening.
In there for a strike. 1-1. Chen faced the minimum in the 3rd, but that's only because he got a double play. The Tigers have had at least 1 base runner in every inning so far. Line drive, caught, throw to first, double play. Second double play of the night for the KC defense. Period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota, brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. Hey, don't forget you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game. Presented tonight by the Daily Double Burger in McDonald's for only $1.99. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space and then the Players uniform number to 37338 or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Hannibal Sanchez back to the hill now as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And the Tigers leading it by a score of 2-0. 3 million fans this year for the Tigers. They continue to come out in big numbers. Tigers have just a couple of home games remaining for the regular season. And hopefully we'll get together for the postseason as well. Here's a drive to center field. Charging is Jackson, and he makes the running catch.
His first step is so quick. And that's the only way that he's able to make this play without leaving his feet. Take a look at the jump that he gets on this line drive. Off at the crack of the bat. And he comes in and he's able to pick it right off the carpet.
One away. Here's Jeff Francoeur. He had a rip 0-1. Royals threatened in the 4th inning. They had 2 on with 2 outs, and then Perez hit that line drive that Cabrera made a leaping play on. 0-2 the count.
Yikes. Impressive.
15 of 16 first pitch strikes. 1-2 on Francoeur. Sanchez started the game by retiring 11 straight before the single by Gordon broke it up. In on his hands, and he sent it back to the screen.
No stress today for Mr. Sanchez.
Ooh, look out, there goes the bat. And Francoeur strikes out. Cabrera has a new bat. Four strikeouts for Sanchez.
Outstanding breaking ball here by Sanchez to Francoeur. He's thrown some really good breaking balls already in the game today. Really, all of his pitches have been crisp.
Hosmer skies one in the air to left center field. It's going to be another quick inning for Sanchez. A 7-pitch inning. 1, 2, 3 they go, and you're watching Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Tonight's game is brought to you by Miller Lite. Back here at the ballpark, the Tigers continue to lead the Kansas City Royals. 2-0 is our score as we go to the bottom of the fifth. And it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 men facing Bruce Chen, Infante, Cabrera, and Fielder.
Yeah, these are the same three that let him off the hook a couple of innings ago when the Tigers had the bases loaded and nobody out.
But at first base line, Chen comes off to make the play, and they get him by a step.
Good idea by Omar. It just didn't get it far enough past Bruce Chen. You want the second baseman to make this play.
Boy, that was close. Closer than I thought. 1 out. Now Cabrera batting. Miguel 0 for 2, fly ball, strikeout. Average of 329 right now. And Chen delivers a strike. Cabrera hit with the bases jammed back in the second, but struck out. Here's the 0-1. I'll get back out of play. 0-2. And the 0-2. Tigers tonight have out hit the Royals 8-2. In fact, every hit in this game has been a single. Ground ball left side, scooped up there by Moustakas. 2 gone. Time now for the Mazda scouting report. It's on Prince Fielder as he comes strolling in. Since August the 1st. How about these numbers?
Well, the reason why he's been able to put up those kinds of numbers, and it's one of the reasons as well that Miguel has been able to do what he has done in the month of August and September. Prince Fielder, boy, he has been protecting Miguel, and when Miguel doesn't get it done, the Prince does.
High pop up left side of the infield. Moustakas toward the line. And Bruce Chen has himself a quick 1-2-3 fifth. That means we go to the 6th. .31 homers, hit .374 that year.
Big year.
Yeah, knocked in a boatload of runs since 1901. Here are the Triple Crown winners. Ted Williams doing it a couple of times. Rogers Hornsby doing it a couple of times. Ty Cobb on that list?
Not many. It has not been done very often.
Perhaps they'll be done this year. There's a ground ball to short on the very first pitch. And out at first base. Givatella's gone 6-3. One out here in the 6th inning. Here's Gerard Dyson, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 2. Strikeout, ground out. Ball 1. Eight ground ball outs now for Sanchez. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dyson.
Sanchez a free agent after this season, and he will be high on the list of many teams looking for starting pitching in the offseason.
1-2.
Not a whole lot of starting pitching out there on the market this year, is there?
No, I was thinking about that.
Zach Greinke's back out there again. Edwin Jackson will be out there.
Here's the 1-2. And a ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
As a matter of fact, I heard a rumor saying that Zach Greinke enjoyed his time at Kansas City so much. He might entertain the thought of going back to Kansas City where he started his big league career.
Swing and a miss.
He's dirty today. Dirty.
It's time for a game break now. Back to the studio with Mickey York. Mick, thanks. Here it is 2-0. The Tigers continuing to lead the Royals, and it's all been Sanchez tonight. He's done a fabulous job scattering just a couple of hits. And he's starting to put together another string now. As you look at his out distribution, he's retired 6 straight batters. Earlier in the game, had retired the first 11 consecutive Royals hitters.
There have not been many Kansas City Royals that have had good swings tonight against Sanchez.
Bunted, third base side. Cabrera on the bare hand. Throws. Not in time. Escobar with a bunt single.
It's a really good opportunity here to get on base for Escobar with Miguel Cabrera giving him a little bit of room down there. He laid down a perfect bunt. They needed to be perfect for him to make it safely to first base. Infield singles, really nothing new for Kansas City. 146. Minnesota has the most.
Here's Gordon now, the tying run coming to the plate. And there goes the runner. Here comes the throw. Good exchange by Gerald Laird, but he's going to be safe. Got rid of it quickly. Throw sailed on him a little bit, though.
Well, we talked about the fact that they have a lot of infield singles and base. Stolen bases kind of go hand in hand, and they do that quite often themselves.
.32nd of the year for Alcides Escobar.
He's only been caught 5 times.
And he's put himself in a scoring position now as the Royals try and get on the board here. 1 for 2 for Gordon. Way high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's got that outstanding breaking ball today that he's featured quite often to a lot of the left-handed batters. We'll see if that's what they're thinking about here with Gordon in that batter's box. Sanchez has been as high as 95 tonight with his fastball. He's gone as low as 71 with his changeup.
Now the 2-1. Make it 2-2 on Gordon.
Fearless with that breaking ball today. He can throw it for a strike whenever he wants to.
Tap foul by Gordon. 2-2 the count stays. Royals really have had only 2 scoring opportunities. In the fourth they had a couple of 2-out hits but failed to score. Now a bunt single and a steal with 2 outs. Sanchez not had a whole lot to worry about for the most part in this game. Whistle back out of play.
Sanchez does not want to see the on-deck hitter come to the plate in this inning with runners in scoring position. Billy Butler's already driven in 100 this year.
Missed it outside. 3-2.
No disagreements there from Mr. Fox Tracks this evening. Not on that pitch.
First full count of the night for Sanchez. And here it comes. Rolled it foul. One thing that has been consistent for Sanchez this year, whether it was with his team in the National League or here in the American League, he hadn't gotten a whole lot of run support. In fact, a little over 3 runs per game.
He's been that guy this year, huh?
He has. And the Tigers got him too early. Looked like they were going to bust it open with the bases loaded. But here we sit in the 6th, and it's still 2-0. And he missed inside. That's a walk, and that's going to put 2 aboard now for Butler.
Well, here we go. It's going to get Jeff Jones out of the dugout to go out and have a conversation with Sanchez and refresh him and also Gerald Laird on how they want to pitch to Billy Butler. Billy Butler singled sharply to left field his last time up. It was on the first pitch of that at bat.
Here's the Jimmy John's leaderboard, and you're going to find Billy Butler on this list. Most doubles since 2009. Only Robinson Cano has had more. Butler this year has turned some of those doubles into homers.
He really has. Had 44 doubles last year. Just 30 this year.
And he's reached a career high in homers now with 27. Well, he's up there with the tying runs aboard here in the 6th. Butler a single and a ground out. Ball high, 1-0. Ratio still very good, but 70 pitches now for Sanchez. That's in there, a strike. 1-1.
.310 batting average for Butler with runners in scoring position this year.
Ooh, that one was a dandy of a pitch at 95 on the outer edge.
Well located. You can't throw a better pitch in this situation to a dangerous hitter like Butler.
And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Sanchez. A huge strikeout here in the 6th. 6 of them for Anibal tonight. That one was big.
Thursday. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Thursday's game is a 105 matinee.
Bruce Chen back to the hill. He has Young, Dirks, Peralta here in the bottom of the sixth. 2-0 Detroit. And Chen slings home a breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Delman.
Real nice job by Sanchez pitching out of that jam. Runners on first and second. Punching out Billy Butler.
Royals really have not had too many scoring opportunities tonight. In the fourth and in the sixth. With a couple of runners aboard, but neither time they were able to get anybody home. Here's the 1-1 coming home to Delman. Ooh, man, a direct hit on that foul tip. 1-2. Corey Glazer saying he's all right. Swing and a miss. So Chen really settling in now since that 2-run first and that bases loaded second. He's been helped out by a couple of double plays tonight.
Well, we talked about Chen's numbers at the top of the show. If you're going to get him, you got to get him early. And the Tigers, they were able to bend him and score a couple of runs early, but they weren't able to break him, and they had a chance to break him.
There's a broken bat. Soft liner to center. It's going to drop. Base hit.
Speaking of breaking. You'll take him any way you can.
It's 9 singles now for the Tigers in what remains of Andy Dirks' bat.
Died a hero.
Here's Johnny Peralta. Tigers have out hit him 9-3. Johnny sends a high towering fly ball to left. To the track is Gordon, halfway there. Almost to the wall. 2 gone. Now here is Avisail Garcia. Single for 2, fanned his last time. Sends a ground ball to short. Escobar with a backhanded flip, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the 7th. And I really got to be impressed with the way Anibal Sanchez has pitched in this one, Rod. I mean, he has come out. He retired 11 straight to start the ball game and has looked as good as we have seen him this year.
White Sox lost earlier today. Sanchez knew that before he took the bump, and he's been on point. First pitch strikes. Great breaking ball today so far.
Meanwhile, you have to be a little bit concerned at least that the Tigers had Ropes or Mr. Chen on the ropes early, and they just couldn't kind of punch him out of this game.
Well, you know, you'd like to score as many as you can early against Chen because he's one of those guys, once he settles in, he's a very tough at-bat. But the Tigers right now, they got a 2-run margin, and let's hope that the runs they left out there early don't come back to haunt them.
So as we go to the 7th, Salvador Perez, the batter.
Oh, that breaking ball today. It's the best I've seen in his 11 starts in a Tigers uniform.
75 total pitches as we play here in the 7th. So the pitch count in great shape for Sanchez. The 1-1 is shot foul down the right field line. It was Perez that hit that line drive that Miguel Cabrera made a leaping play on. Otherwise, it probably goes to the wall and drives in a run. That was back earlier in the game in the 4th inning. Thought about going after that one, but didn't do it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Future awfully bright for Mr. Perez. Outstanding young catching prospect. Good power, batting average, good receiver, good arm.
Swing and a miss, and Sanchez strikes out another.
He's been able to get ahead of just about every single Kansas City Royals batter tonight, and when he does get ahead, he has not missed his location with those breaking balls. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow when the Tigers take on the Royals. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Tigers Live. That is Tigers baseball right here on Fox Sports Detroit tomorrow night.
7 strikeouts now for Anibal Sanchez, and there's a strike called on Mike Moustakas. 2 runs, 9 hits for Detroit. No runs, only 3 hits for KC tonight. Moustakas sold for 2, strikeout, and he lined to center field. He fouled that one back out of play. 0-2. Ball outside. That time a fastball from Sanchez that sailed away.
A rare fastball. Take a look at the percentage of fastballs that he's thrown in 81 pitches. 58% of his pitches have been off-speed pitches tonight.
There's another one that's fouled out of play. 1-2. Moustakas was the 2nd overall player selected in the draft back in 2007. David Price went 1st overall to Tampa Bay. Swing and a miss. And Sanchez is just dealing this evening. 8 strikeouts. 3 of them in a row now.
He has not made one pitch over the heart of the plate today. That was a little two-seam fastball at the bottom of the zone. Actually looked like a changeup.
All of them swinging. Jeff Francoeur, the batter. Ground ball to 3rd. Cabrera has a nice hop. Sanchez has himself another 1-2-3 inning. It's time to stretch. Tigers history, 1955. Al Kaline becomes the youngest batting champion in history at age 20 when he hit .340 for the Tigers. Youngest batting champ in history. Well, the Tigers coming to the plate now in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Bruce Chen to lead things off, or I should say Laird against Bruce Chen. And it'll be Laird, Jackson, and Infante against the lefty who was teetering on the brink early in this game, but here we are in the bottom of the 7th, and Chen is still out there. There's a high fly to left, not deep. Alex Gordon coming in, camping under it. One gone.
It's the first out Gerald Laird has made here today. He was 2 for 2 before popping up the left field there. But boy, has he led Anibal Sanchez beautifully through 7 innings so far tonight.
Tigers box score tonight. Production at the top and the bottom. Got some production in the middle as well. Cabrera has been quiet a little bit tonight, but his teammates have picked him up a little bit. 2 runs, 9 hits for Detroit. The 0-1 is outside.
You don't usually see an 0 for 3 next to Cabrera's name.
Jackson rolls it foul, 1-2. Austin had a single, scored a run in the first, walked, did not score in the second. Cabrera waiting for his next at bat. And the 1-2. It's fouled off. Cleveland beats Chicago today 4-3. Tigers got some help from the Indians. And so a win here tonight for Detroit, and it's a first place tie. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Will go foul right by the tarp down the first base line.
Austin Jackson has seen quite a few pitches already in the game. Was that 15, 21, 24 total? I think that 25 now.
And the counter's gone 3-2. Infante waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch. In the air, right field. Frank Coeur coming in. 2 gone. First time through the lineup tonight, the Tigers were 6 for 9, but after that, as the numbers told us earlier in the ball game, Chen tends to settle in. He's done just that tonight, especially the 3rd time through. Infante looks at a pitch that just missed, 1-0.
And in Chen's career in this ballpark, his numbers weren't pretty. ERA was over 7.
Chen at 104. Collins, Coleman warming up in the KC bullpen. Collins, the left-hander. Omar spoiled a pretty good pitch on the outer edge. 1-2. The count stays on Infante. 1 for 3 tonight for Omar. He singled back in the first, came around on the hit by Delman Young. And that has been it. Tigers got 2 in the first inning, nothing since. Driven toward left center field. That's going to get down. Another hit. Going to go all the way to the wall. He might get a triple out of this. Infante rounds the bag. He's coming to 3rd, and he's in there with a 3-bagger.
It's a really good at-bat here by Infante. A little breaking ball outside. He rips it back to left center field, and he gets himself a triple. And we'll see what Ned Yost wants to do with Cabrera. Does he simply put him on with the base open?
They've signaled they will put him on, and so Cabrera will not have a chance to swing it here. Fans don't like it.
Ned Yost is picking his poison right here, but they both are lethal. That would be Prince Fielder in the on-deck circle. Ned Yost was Prince Fielder's manager when Prince broke into the big leagues in Milwaukee, so he knows how dangerous Prince Fielder can be. Did Ned Yost, when we were in Kansas City, put Prince on in a situation where it turned out to be the winning run? Obviously, we didn't win the game, but Prince represented the winning run at the time.
Well, they're not afraid to do it. And here is the updated numbers now on the AL batting leaders. As you see, Cabrera still with a margin over Joe Mauer. Here comes Ned Yost. It's going to put runners at first and third. The 16th in brief strategy session. They'll leave Chen, the lefty, in here to face Fielder.
Well, the guy that's in the bullpen, Collins, the young left-hander, number 55, has a good fastball and an outstanding breaking ball, but there's one issue. Earlier this year, Ned Yost brought him into a game, and Prince Fielder took him deep.
Now runners at first and third, so Chen will get another crack at Fielder, who's 1 for 3, single and an RBI. Ball outside, 1-0. This season, .338 with runners in scoring position. Outside.
This may have even been one of those situations where Ned Yost went out there and simply told Bruce, you know what? You got an open base. It might be second base, but you have an open base. And I've got a right-hander to back you up if we need to.
And it's starting to look like that. 3-0.
First base doesn't necessarily have to be the open base for a guy like Prince Fielder, who has driven over 100, to get pitched around.
Here's the 3-0, and it's ball 4, so they walked him. He's going to load the bases. And it's going to be it for Chan. Coleman, the right-hander, has been warming up. Delman Young is due up. We have a wall side windows pitching change. Chen done for the night. We'll be back. Here in the 7th, trying to bust open a 2-0 game against the Kansas City Royals. Wild card standings right now, the Orioles leading in one of those spots. The A's have the other spot. The Angels just 2 back. Tampa 3 back. Tigers looking to win the division. That's a realistic shot. Which leads us to our poll question, courtesy of Ace Hardware. Scott's fan poll question of the game. With the wild card format, what would you rather see? A 1-game playoff, or B, best of 3? So those are your 2 choices on our poll question tonight. And Delman shoots one down the right field line. It's going to go foul.
Right-handers hitting only .229 this season against Coleman. And he's inherited 21 base runners this year, 6 of which have come around to score. He's inherited 3 more that Bruce Chen has left out there for him this evening.
Now it's 0-2 on Delman Young. Coleman's had some really good numbers in his career against Detroit. 0.73 ERA over 11 career appearances. Delman's had a good night tonight. 2 hits and an RBI. Can he break it open here? The 0-2. No, he cannot. Swing and a miss to end the inning. So Coleman does his job. Tigers lead and loaded, and we go to the A's, still 2-0.
Sensational. He's gone 19 of 25 in first pitch strikes, and by and large, that has allowed him to throw the slider up there and exploit a very young Kansas City Royals offense. His slider today looks like Albuquerque slider. That's how good his slide piece has been tonight.
7 innings, 3 hits. He has struck out 8, and the impressive thing, the first pitch strikes, he's gone 19 of 25, and he's got himself a 2-0 lead as we go to the 8th. Hosmer leads it off, ball 1. Well, hopefully the Tigers having 2 opportunities to bust it open, unable to add on. Hopefully that will not come back to haunt them. That's it for a strike. 1-1 on Eric Hosmer.
Best breaking ball this season we've seen on a ball with.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Hosmer with a bounce out and a fly ball. Giavotella will follow, and then Gerard Dyson. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Charging Infante. Hosmer is now 1 gone. Let's get you back to that Scott's fan poll question. Ace Hardware as well. We want to take a little bit more time to explain this question again. With the wild card format, the current format, what would you rather see? A, the 1-game playoff, or B, make it a best of 3. You can text ACE, then a space, then A or B to 37338. Right now, it's a 1-game playoff. Do you like it that way? Or would you rather have a best of 3? Here is Johnny Giavotella. And there's a strike on the outer edge. He's put the ball on the ground twice in this game, and that's something Sanchez has gotten a lot of tonight, ground ball outs. This time it's popped up, foul, back in the seats. 0-2 on the KC second baseman. He's yet to reach 100 tonight. Sanchez at 91. Joaquin Benoit currently the Detroit bullpen. Swing and a miss. Chiavitella is out. That's 9 strikeouts.
All of them swinging as well, and the majority of them on this pitch right here. That was the changeup. Majority have come on the breaking ball. 60% of his pitches have been off-speed pitches tonight.
Gerard Dyson, the batter. Been a tough night for Dyson. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
When Sanchez came up in the Boston Red Sox organization as a very young kid, his fastball got up to 97, 98 miles an hour.
Ooh, Sanchez, nice leaping play. Quick throw, and he got him. Doing it all tonight. Anibal Sanchez gets a standing O. Bottom of the 8th inning. Anibal Sanchez has been the story tonight. 8 sparkling innings with 9 strikeouts. Bruce Chen really not all that bad himself.
You think Jim sends him back out there?
I do. I really do. Omar Infante having a big night. David Lowe now is the new center fielder. Two runs, 10 hits. Detroit, no runs, 3 hits. KC. Andy Dirks leads it off. Wave and a miss. 0-1. Lewis Coleman came on in the 7th inning, struck out Delman Young with the bases loaded. Dirks is 1 for 3 with a single. That's it for a strike. 0-2. Dirks, Peralta, Garcia due up. Coleman ready with the 1-2. it's fouled off. Lewis Coleman, a native of Greenwood, Mississippi. Still lives in Mississippi. Made his big league debut last year with the Royals, appearing in 48 games. Breaking ball popped up. Will it stay in play? Perez. Basket catch. Nice play by Salvador Perez.
Hey fans, follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826, or you can just visit Tigers.com for details.
Here's Johnny Peralta. 0-1 on Johnny.
Royals have a good bullpen. They just need some starting pitching to go along with their young offense. But their bullpen, for the most part, has done a decent job for Ned Yost this season. Got lots of young power arms out there.
Do you think they will ever be in a position where they will go out and spend the required money to get a guy like a Greinke to come back, or some other big name free agent?
Yeah, I don't know. They obviously are going to have to increase their payroll if they're going to compete in our division, because of what the Tigers spend and, of course, what the White Sox spend. They may have to make some trades.
The 0-2.
A lot of times when you're a low payroll team and look no further than the Oakland Athletics, you have to be very creative with some of your really good players, and then you can, spend that into some young pitching talent. And if that pitching gets hot, you might find yourself in a situation like Oakland is this year.
Right. That's a good point. Did he go? We did not. 2-2.
Let's face the facts. They don't get many free agent pitchers. Not for big dollars. What was it, Gil Mesh?
$55 million for 5 years for Gil Mesh.
About as big as it gets for Kansas City. A few years ago, he's not wearing their uniform now.
The 2-2 is low. 3-2.
Dayton Moore, their general manager, spent a number of years in the Atlanta system learning under John Schuerholz. And John Schuerholz always had a surplus of pitching.
And he lost him. It is a one-out base on balls. Jose Valverde and Joaquin Benoit tuning up in the Detroit bullpen. Here's Abisail Garcia. 10 Tigers hits in this game. They've scored just 2 runs, though. They've stranded 9. 1 on 1 out for Garcia, 1 for 3.
Abisail just doesn't roll off my tongue like it rolls off your tongue. Was that pretty good there? Abisail.
Well, that's great.
Abisail.
I'm at about 80% because I'll mess it up a few times.
You have not messed that up.
Yeah, well. If you listen long enough, you'll hear me mess it up, that's for sure. Here's a bouncing ball left side. Escobar deep in the hole. They'll get the force at second base.
He's got some range. Some of the best range of any of the shortstops. The young shortstops in the American League. And not only when he gets to it, he just flips it underneath, and he flips it so accurately. Talked about the Kansas City Royals infield. He, before it's all said and done, might win a Gold Glove. Moustakas and Hosmer, the first baseman.
Well, I know David Glass, their owner, has come out and said he's going to sit down with Dayton Moore, his general manager, and they're going to figure out where they need to go because he trusts Dayton's opinion. Obviously, he's put him in position to kind of mold this club, but they've identified the fact that there's no doubt they have to find more pitching, whether that's through trades. Development obviously takes a little bit longer.
They have a very nice nucleus as far as their everyday players are concerned.
Here's the 0-1 to Laird. 1-1. 2-0 Tigers lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers 3 outs away from tying up the Chicago White Sox for first place in the Central. Swing and a miss. Tigers have not either been in first place or shared first place since early this month on the 2nd, when they swept the Chicago White Sox to move into a tie for first place. The 1-2 popped up foul, back out of play. And those two teams obviously will not meet the rest of the way, so there will be a lot of scoreboard watching by both the Tigers and the White Sox, who I'm sure have their eyes planted on this game here tonight. The 1-2 outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson waiting on deck. And Laird stays alive by getting a piece of that one. It's going to be Porcello and Guthrie tomorrow. Game 3, then a day game here on Thursday as the Tigers hit the road for one final time in the regular season. Their final road trip coming up. Swing and a miss, and Laird is finally retired. That's all for the Tigers. Let's go to the 9th.
Ninth, we're going to show you one of the best at bats of the night, and this is what he did to Billy Butler in the 6th. Butler with already 4 hits in the series, but they had runners on first and second, their most dangerous RBI threat in the batter's box, and Sanchez carved him up nicely to get out of the jam.
And he was fired up about it as well, and now he's going out there for the 9th inning looking for a complete game and hopefully a shutout. It's 2-0 in favor of the Tigers. It'll be Alcides Escobar leading it off for the Royals, and the first pitch is in for strike 1.
A couple of days ago, the Tigers got a complete game out of Doug Fister. And Verlander went 8 yesterday, and now Sanchez is trying to get a complete game as well.
Only 3 hits allowed by Sanchez.
Royals have not had many comfortable swings tonight against Sanchez.
Into right field. Garcia is on the move. 1 out. He's going to ring up Alex Gordon. Check out our Bernstein advantage. The scouting reports on the single season club history, most doubles for the Royals, and Gordon has 49 of them. Only McRae and Butler have had more in a single season.
How McRae could hit.
And hopefully Mr. Sanchez will keep him from adding another one to that total. There's the strike call. 0-1 on Gordon. Single and a walk in this ball game tonight. Missed it outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sanchez 22 of 30 in first pitch strikes today.
Two and 1 on Gordon. And he has reached 100 pitches. Strike call. 2-2.
When you've had the kind of command that he has had all day long, the home plate umpire is going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Gordon did not think that that was a strike, but Corey Blazer gave the call to Sanchez.
He's going to fill the count now.
He hasn't had many of these today. Not many 3-ball counts.
Beg your pardon, 2-2 the count, so he still hasn't. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, they're on their feet now with 2 gone.
Sanchez trying to pitch the Tigers into a first-place tie.
29,000 plus on their feet. Here's Butler. Fouled away, 0-1.
Sounds like there's more here than 29,000.
Butler is single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to first, should do it. Sanchez will cover. Prince will take it himself. And the Tigers are in a first-place tie with Chicago.
What an incredible outing tonight by Anibal Sanchez. The Tigers knew when the game started the White Sox had lost. They came out, they scored in the first, and that was all they needed.
7th career complete game for Sanchez. 5 of them shutouts. Impressive, impressive, impressive.